We are expecting President Biden to make a major immigration announcement on the occasion of the 12th anniversary of the DACA program, the so-called Dreamers program. Let's bring in Republican Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. He's on the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Senator, what the president is going to announce this afternoon is as follows: what effectively amounts to amnesty for some 550,000 people. We'll put it up on the screen. This is 500,000 spouses who are in this nation illegally but married to an American citizen, and 50,000 illegal immigrant stepchildren. What do you say about this program?
Totally illegal, John. He does not have the authority to do this. He is once again violating the law. Here's giving amnesty to at least 500,000, could be up to 1 million people. John, this is after he has allowed in 9 or 10 million illegals across the border in 3 years. And now he's granting illegal amnesty? I mean, this guy is totally out of control. It's completely lawless.
So there are already laws on the books that handle this. If a person comes in the country illegally and marries somebody who is an American citizen, in order to qualify for green card status, they need to return to their home country and apply for a visa. Here's what Chad Wolf said about the program. Listen here.
There's already a provision in immigration law that allows illegal alien spouses who are married to U.S. citizens to cure their unlawful presence here in the U.S. There's already a process in place. So this executive action is actually unnecessary. I think it's more for a headline, and it's more for the president to show perhaps the left wing of his party that he's doing something to help illegal aliens.
In order to be eligible, he had to have been in this country for some 10 years. Most of the people, according to the White House, who will be eligible for this program have been here for more than 2 decades. And I guess proponents of this law are saying, why make them go back to their home country to apply for a visa? Why not just let them have, I guess, what's called parole in place?
Well, this is exactly what Biden is trying to do. He's trying to alter the law, John. We should be clear about this. He's trying to skip the steps. The law says you've got to go through a certain process. You've got to follow this legal procedure in order to have the ability to stay here. He's now saying, no, actually, we're just going to wave all that aside. You can stay. And why do it? The answer is it's another sop to his liberal base. It's another sop to the pro-amnesty crowd. This is the most pro-amnesty, open borders president in American history. And the lawlessness. He won't enforce our laws. He won't close the border. He won't give ICE or Border Patrol the resources they need. And now he's granting mass amnesty. It's outrageous.
All right, that announcement coming up in the minutes ahead. I wanted to ask you about something that happened this morning, and that is the Senate hearing on the origin of COVID. You and Tulane virologist Robert Gary went a couple of rounds with each other on the fact that the research that he was involved with, which was the paper called The Proximal Origin of COVID, which nailed it down as natural origin and not a lab leak theory, was used to censor people who suggested maybe it came from a lab. Let's play that exchange here.
Do you regret the fact that your work was used to censor your fellow scientists? It was used to censor ordinary Americans who ask questions about the virus? Do you regret that?
When you write a paper, I mean, you get it in the journal. We can't control what happens after.
Oh, I see. So you're not responsible at all. It's amazing. Nobody who is involved in any of this is responsible. Never. Yeah. They're not responsible. Yeah, people have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Do you stand by your assertion and your Nature piece that SARS-CoV-2 is not a laboratory construct? Could not be?
We do, and that's exactly the same
couldn't possibly be
conclusion that the intelligence community came to.
Oh, no, sure, that is a lie. Let's stop right there.
Well,
that is a lie.
Fire exchange there, Senator, and he did not accurately reflect the belief of at least a couple of the intelligence agencies, including the FBI, who are leaning toward a lab leak theory.
Yeah, and have for years, John. Here's the thing. For years now, key components of our government have assessed that COVID came from a lab leak. This guy knows that. This guy worked for Fauci. He knows that. And he's still lying about it. He's under oath. Here he is under oath to the American public and saying, no, that's just all a conspiracy. What a total bald-faced lie. These people push this propaganda. The worst part about it, John, is the censorship. If you asked a question, they wouldn't let you report on it. If you posted something on social media that kicked you off, people lost their jobs because of this, and they're still lying about it. It is unbelievable. There should be consequences. People like him should not have their jobs with the government, should not have their pensions. They ought to be held accountable.
I certainly remember taking some heat for reporting that people were talking about a lab leak theory back in the spring of 2020. But even Anthony Fauci now is saying he's keeping an open mind about all possibilities. Senator, good to talk to you. Thanks so much for making the time. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.